Hi guys, Scuffy Special here, back with another video. In today's video we're previewing tonight's game, which is a home to Chelsea in this year's Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg, 2-0 down after losing 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. We've got it all to do. We're going to be discussing if it's possible or not tonight and just preview everything to do with tonight's game. It's an uphill task for us and a really busy week, an important week for our season, so please stay watching until the very end. Let's track straight into it and I hope you are all well. Start with the team news. Antonio Conte doesn't expect to welcome any of the recently sidelined players back from Wednesday's Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Chelsea. Although he had encouraging news on Christian Romero when he spoke to the media yesterday afternoon. With Romero, Steven Bergwijn, Eric Dyer and Heung-min Son all missing for Sunday's win over Morecambe, the head coach confirmed that we didn't recover any players compared to the last game at his pre-match conference. Furthermore, when asked during his latest exclusive interview with Spurs TV about whether he expected to welcome any of the players he rested against Morecambe back for our home clash with the Blues, he said, "Unfortunately, we are arriving with some problems and I think it's good to make the best decision because we have a couple of cases that if we want to risk them for tomorrow's game, we lose a player for a long period. I think in this moment it's good to give the right time to recover for the players that are injured, and at the same time there's a possibility the chance of the players that don't usually play in the starting 11 to show me they deserve more consideration." We trailed 2-0 from last week's first leg at Stamford Bridge where Son was last in action. He missed the Morecambe game and Antonio clarified that he's not expected to return until after the winter break at the end of this month. The update on Sonny for sure, we will have to wait until after the January international break, which is, by the way, is between the 24th of January and the 2nd of February. It's a muscular problem, I repeat. It was strange because he came off during the game, the first leg at Chelsea, with no problem, but the day after he felt a bit of pain and he was injured. It's a pity because you know very well the importance of this player for us. As you know, Son is important, you know that. The boss had good news on defender Romero again, though. Oh, this is good to hear. He hasn't played since picking up an injury on international duty for Argentina in November. It's a long time ago now, but has now begun to be integrated back into training. Is what Conte had to say about it. Christian is another player who is very close to coming back, he said. Today he had a little part of the training session with us. He's very close to coming back. We are talking about another important player for us. We've lost him for almost 2 months, and I think we faced this situation in best possible way because Christian for sure is an important player for us. Despite this, the player who played showed to be good. They improved. For example, Davinson Sanchez, he's improving a lot. Now Christian is very close to coming back and to be available. So that is the team news. Positive news again on Christian Romero about him returning. Son is ruled out until the break at the end of January. January break at the end of the month. So yeah, basically, as you were, not much changing, but there is positive news on Romero, which is good. Now going into my predicted lineup using the tactics board. It's interesting, by the way, because you have got some injuries and some players that just won't play. So we've got goalkeeper Hugo Lloris, done incredible this season. I think he's massively underrated, one of the best keepers in the world. Davinson Sanchez, who Conte talked about, who's done really well in the place of Romero, really has done, irreplaceable at the moment. Centre-back Eric Dyer, other centre-back Ben Davies, who got the unlucky own goal. So, by the way, we changed the formation to a 3-5-2 because obviously the absence of Son. Wing backs stay the same, so Reguilon, Giovanni Lo Celso, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. We need his presence in terms of like leadership and toughness, winning those tackles, because you know he's up against, for example, Conte is similar to him. Oliver Skip need his forward thinking, and fullback Emerson Royal. And front two consist of Kane and Moura, which I will use, which will be handy to counter attack. So that is my predicted lineup: 3-5-2 formation. As you guys know, Ndombele, after he stormed off against when he got substituted against Morecambe, went straight down the tunnel after receiving loads of boos from the Spurs fans. Understandably so. Still, I've said it's not something I'll do, of course. Now focusing on tonight's game, we've got to score early to give ourselves a chance. If Chelsea get the first goal, it's over. I'll probably turn it off, to be honest. You know, turn it off, but you feel like turning it off. We need to get the first goal. We need to get it within the first 15-20 minutes to really have a chance. Hope the fans get an incredible atmosphere, which we're capable of. Absolute sellout. Get behind the team. Today is to do. Give it everything. Fight to the end, because losing to Chelsea is horrible, but even if we go down, I don't want to go down without a fight. I want to give it everything, get that first goal, make it interesting, because we can't win it in normal time. I don't think we can take it to extra time or maybe penalties. We've only got to take 2 goals. We are 2-0 down. It is a stiff uphill task, but it's still possible if we get that early goal to back the team. Now going into predicted scores on the screen now. I think we'll win 2-0. So there's a lot to this. 2-0, taking it to extra time, remaining the same score, and I think we'll win on penalties 5-4, but of course that's ambitious thinking, obviously a bias, obviously because of Spurs. I've always got to favour them, but I do believe it is possible, and I do think we'll get that early goal. Let me know your predicted score in the comments below, and bear in mind this is the second leg, so you can put your predicted score for tonight. If you think it's going to extra time or penalties, also put what you score for extra time, or if you think it goes to penalties, but also put your aggregate score next to it. For example, if you think it'll be 0-0, then you put 2-0 Chelsea in aggregate down there, for example. So that's my predicted lineup. 2-0 win for us, saving extra time, and us winning 5-4 on penalties. Ambitious thinking, of course, but you never know with the Conte magic. And now going in how to watch. Tomorrow's game is at home to Chelsea. As we said before, it's the second leg of this year's Carabao Cup semi-final. It is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's a 7:45 kickoff, so 7:45, known as 1945, and it's on Sky Sports main event or Sky Sports Football, and it really is the main event, and this is a huge week for our season. We've got North London rivals Arsenal on Sunday, so it is a must. It defines our season. We depending on where we are. Obviously, we lose Chelsea, it defines whether we're going to win it, if we're going to win silverware or not this season in terms of League Cup, and Arsenal depending on if we're going to get top 4 or not. So it's huge massive games. If we lose, then we're in a really bad place. We win, then we're back incredible under Conte. Finally, travel news. If you're travelling to the Derby and the Carabao Cup semi-final today, I always give you the travel update. It's just very handy if you're travelling, even if you're going a short distance. Here we go. Spurs vs Chelsea, Carabao Cup travel update. Fans attending our Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Chelsea at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Wednesday evening 7:45, which I've already told you, are asked to take note of the following travel information. Supporters are advised to check for cancellations to services before departing for the stadium. Last train times. In the event of an aggregate draw in normal time, extra time will be played with the match decided by penalties if required, if that doesn't change in extra time, which I've said already. Supporters are asked to take note of the last train times from the following stations. Victoria Line southbound to Central London at 12:16 a.m. Victoria Line northbound to Wolverhampton Central at 12:55 a.m, so that's 5 to 1. Greater Anglia from northbound Park to Cambridge at 11:46 p.m. Greater Anglia from northbound Park to Hetford East at 11:55 p.m. Greater Anglia from Northumberland Park to Bishop Stortford at 12:27 a.m. Greater Anglia from Northumberland Park to Stratford at 11:14 p.m. Greater Anglia from Northumberland Park to Liverpool Street at 11:44 p.m. Greater Anglia trains will operate from Liverpool Street until 12:55 a.m. London Overground from White Hart Lane to Cheshunt at 12:07 a.m. London Overground from White Hart Lane to Enfield Town at 12:22 a.m. London Overground from White Hart Lane to Liverpool Street at 11:47 p.m. London Overground from South Tottenham to Barking at 12:02 a.m. So that is the last train times. It's important to take note of that, because if you miss that, then you won't get a train home. Stations, now White Hart Lane. Supporters are advised to check for train cancellations before attempting to travel pre and post match. I remind you of this every time, so obvious. 6 northbound trains per hour from Liverpool Street will call at White Hart Lane prior to the match. 6 southbound trains will, per hour will call at White Hart Lane, 4 of which will arrive from Enfield Town. Post-match, 4 trains per hour will operate in each direction. Supporters travelling to Liverpool Street post-match are reminded that Northumberland Park services have the same capacity as those from White Hart Lane. White Hart Lane is a fully accessible station as usual. Northumberland Park. A new Greater Anglia timetable has been introduced. All train times have been adjusted, and supporters are advised to review the timetable linked to below to plan their journeys because it's changed. Supporters are advised to use Northumberland Park if using greater angular services, as it's a shorter distance to the stadium than Tottenham Hale. Trains from central London will depart from Stratford or Liverpool Street, and supporters are advised to train times before departing. Prior to the match, 5 northbound trains per hour will call out Northumberland Park, 3 arriving from Stratford and 2 from Liverpool Street. 4 southbound mainline trains per hour will call out Northumberland Park, arriving from Cambridge and Hertford East. Post-match, 4 northbound trains will depart Northumberland Park per hour, with 2 each from Hertford East and Cambridge. 8 southbound trains per hour will depart from Northumberland Park, 4 to Stratford and 4 to Liverpool Street, including the 2 trains an hour on the Stansted Express service. Waiting times at Northumberland Park will be longer, and supporters are advised to be patient. So given that train capacity will be available, though journey times may be longer. All train services are shown on www.nationalrail.co.uk. Tottenham Hale and Victoria Line. There is currently no lift access at the Tottenham Hale London Underground station. Supporters requiring lift access are advised to leave the Victoria Line at Finsbury Park and take either the W3 bus from the Wells Terrace bus station or the higher frequency 259 service from Seven Sisters Road. Hasn't been in operation at all this season, so I'll remind you of this every match day. Victoria Line services will be operating every 2 minutes to Seven Sisters in both directions pre-match. Post-match services in both directions will operate every 3 minutes until 11 p.m, when they will be reduced to every 4 to 5 minutes. 17 Victoria Line services will depart Seven Sisters for central London after 11 p.m. Queue management systems that will be in place at all stations. Supporters are asked to respect and work with staff at our stations. TfL buses. Prior to the match, the W3 will follow its normal route, but the 149, 259, 279 and 349 services will be diverted away from the high road at least 2 hours before the game. Supporters are advised to check for delays due to roadworks before travelling. Post-match, the TfL bus services will return to normal operation as soon as possible after the local road closures are lifted. More information on road closures can be found below on this Spurs official app website I'm reading, which is a travel information article. Cycling. For supporters wishing to cycle to the stadium, bike stands are available at Tottenham Community Sports Centre and St Francis de Sales School, which are both located on the high road. Dedicated bicycle passing is also available on street around the stadium. Although our bag policy still applies, stewards will be briefed regarding cyclists need to carry helmets, punch kits and removable seats into the stadium. Shuttle buses. The club is operating its 2 shuttle bus services from both Alexander Palace Station, which is the Great Northern Line, and Wood Green Station, which is the Piccadilly line to the stadium. Road closures. Please note, our major event road day closures will be in place, as they are on every match day. COVID-19. Following the government's implementation of its COVID-19 autumn and winter plan B, new protocols are in place for match attending fans. Supporters are strongly encouraged to familiarise themselves with these new protocols and plan their journey to arrive and enter the stadium early. We recommend supporters familiarise themselves with the latest government guidance on staying safe while using public transport, including face coverings and social distance where possible, which can be found on the government website. So, that's it. I won't read the Arsenal one. I'll do that Sunday. So thank you for watching this video. That was a travel information. Before I go, as I said, we're 2-0 down in the first leg. Stick with it. Be patient, because to Darius do, you never know what's possible, especially under Conte, and with us, you just never know. We get an early goal, it's possible. You just never know under this Conte era, Conte magic. Just believe in the club, be patient, and Darius to do, because we can do it, and we're the important week for our season. I'm confident, I believe in the team, going it with 100% hope, 100% passion, believe in my team, believe we can turn it around. It'll be an uphill task, it'll be a lot, it'll require a lot of defensive work to keep up the likes of Lukaku, Mount and Havertz, but also on the counter-attack with Mora and Kane. They're both electric at the moment, so you just never know what can happen. Let's hope Chelsea have an off day and we're really on it and we surprise the whole of the football world. Thank you guys, and as always, come on you Spurs, come on, can we get to the final of this year's semi-final of the Carabao Cup? Can we get to the final of this year's Carabao Cup? Who knows with us? And as always, come on you Spurs.